Howdy guys, figured I'd make a video. Really caught me off guard for this month. In the last 30 days, 3 times I've heard the phrase exhaust brake. Well, it's been asked twice, and then the third time I was told that exhaust brake hurts your engine. So 2 times I've been asked if exhaust brake hurts your engine, and the third one I was told that it does. And the third one was a trucker. Been a trucker for 8 years, and it really caught me off guard. So hopefully this video will save lives, because that's literally what it does. An exhaust brake will save lives. In big rigs, it's an engine brake, Jake brake. So there you have it. Now look at that. I'm always rolling my exhaust brake. I don't know if you could tell in the video, but the exhaust brake was putting in some work. Anyways, I'm gonna lightly, you see that? Oh yeah, that little gauge. Bear with me guys, I'm trying to do my best recording here. That little button right there, that, my friend, is an exhaust brake button. It just shows that it's been activated. So let's talk about the negatives. If you are loaded, you're towing something, you're going down a steep hill, the brakes alone, a fully 100% operating brakes will not hold you back. Big rig, small pickup, depends how loaded you are. But no matter what kind of braking system you have, they're going to overheat. You're going to smoke your brakes, and you could possibly kill yourself or people on the road. Okay? This is very important to know. So when you're going down a steep hill, especially going down a steep hill, please use your exhaust brake. Please use your Jake brakes. In no way, shape, or form is it going to hurt anything. Since I'm in a pickup truck, and I'll focus more on the pickup side. The Jake's engine brake is often referred to the Jakes. Okay, they're non-existent in the pickup truck, so you have no Jakes. You, quite frankly, don't have an engine brake, which really equates Jakes. You don't have that in the big rig. What that picture really shows you, in my honest opinion, is an exhaust button. So that's an exhaust brake. Let me see how they labeled it. Yeah, exhaust brake, just like that. That would be properly stated. So these pickup trucks, Chevy, Ford, Ram, they have exhaust brakes. So what they really do is they restrict the exhaust flow. Rewind the tape. Back in the day when emissions wasn't a thing, or so strict of a thing on diesels, they just ran standard turbos, stationary, non-VGTs, if I can put it in other terms. So the exhaust side of vanes, or exhaust side of propeller, did not change size. Now these VGTs, obviously variable geometry turbos, they change. So on the low end it simulates a small turbo, on high end it simulates a big turbo. So you got this action in there, right? What controls the movement is an actuator, often, that goes out on these turbos. And a lot of people will just chuck their whole turbo and not just change out the electrical portion of it. But so when you're going down a hill, what it's doing is just shutting off all the flow. So this air is trying to be pushed out. So the engine has to work hard to push that air out. The only way you could hurt your engine if the electronic system doesn't shut down your exhaust brake, but you're throttling it really hard. So you're giving it fuel and all this, and you're not being able to exhaust the exhaust. I guess, the exhaust isn't able to exit. So when you're going down a hill, essentially what that turbo is doing is choking out your engine and creating all that pressure for the engine to work hard to push it through, and in return, it's slowing you down. It's choking out your engine. What that exhaust brake is really doing, going down the hill. And with zero input of throttle, there you have it. Your engine's still cooling off. It has no fuel running to it for it to create heat, right? So mechanically, you're just choking out this thing. That's it. You're not hurting anyway. Really what you're doing is you're exercising those VGTs to their full operating range, and you're scraping off all the carbon. So yes, they have these, there's a device, a mechanical device in there, kind of keeps the carbon off of them, but never going into that full closed position, you're really never going to really scrape them off. So in return, what you want to do is use them to the full operating positions of these vanes. So when you're hauling, you simulate small, big turbo, and then when you're braking, you're shutting down that turbo. You in return, prolong the life of your turbo and your actuator by doing that. It's kind of funny, isn't it? It's completely opposite. You're actually saving yourself wear and tear on your turbo, your engine, and yes, your brakes. Your brakes aren't working as hard. They're not getting heated. You know, you get the most wear on your brakes is when you're doing high-speed braking. You know, the rotor, the drum is spinning much faster, thus creating a lot more heat and a lot quicker, a lot rapidly, right? More rapidly. So, yes, please use your exhaust brake. Save lives. It's a big thing, especially if you don't like anything slowing you down around town and whatnot. Okay, fine. Now, that is you're empty, right? You're not bothered. Like, I always run my exhaust brake, but if it bothers you, I get it. But please, when you're towing, use that exhaust brake. You will prolong the life. You might prolong your own life. More importantly, it's not a funny matter, actually. It's pretty dangerous going down a steep hill loaded heavily and relying on your brakes. Pretty dumb idea anyways, boys, hopefully this video will save lives and put a little bit more light on it. Nowhere, shape, or form are you hurting your engine. As I said, possibly the only way you could possibly hurt your engine is when you're giving it throttle and that turbo is shut. So take it easy, idle it to a stop, and get it addressed. Other than that, fully operational vehicle, you're doing nothing but benefiting from it. All right, guys, if I could advise you anything, run your exhaust brake, empty or loaded. What I do is I just keep it in auto, so that what it does, if I let off the throttle, let's say at 35, or in my case it would be 50 right now, if the vehicle doesn't excel past 50, everything stays quiet. But if it were to coast and excel past 50 going down a hill, it will kick itself on. Or if I lightly tap the brakes like doing so, just signaling the computer slowing me down, instead of wearing my brakes, I just lightly tap my brakes. And what I mean by tap, hovering over the brake pedal enough to trigger the back lights. So I'm doing all that braking. I should say 95% of the braking is all done with the exhaust brake, as you can tell. That little gauge there, that's my exhaust brake gauge, and that's my turbo gauge. Anyways, guys, hopefully this helps. Comment section, let me know. But I think I broke it down as simply as I can to the best of my knowledge, by keeping things very simple and straightforward. As always, may the Lord bless you. May almighty fine day. And guess what? I'm trying a bunch of different cleaners. Miles per gallon is a big thing right now. Let's do this. In the comment section, let me know. I know a lot of guys are curious, but I'm going to have to get in my own nitty-gritty form, tell you guys the different cleaners I've tried and how they've worked out for me, and how well or how poorly they've worked out for me. Yes, I run primarily Schaefer's Carbon 2000 on my fleet. If you're new to the channel, you don't know that I have a fleet. Well, I have a fleet. I have quite a few of the pickups and a few semis that we get to transport with. Anyways, let me know. I'll make a video for the fuel additive and what all we use and what I've in turn got. So 17.7 right there was a full tank. My last tank I just refueled, I don't know, 40 miles ago. Primarily in town, a little bit of highway. To put it in percentage, probably 80% in town, but no less than 75, and then 25% on the interstate. Kind of heavy on the throttle. I was in a hurry to Kellogg a couple days ago. But yeah, anyways, God bless you. Y'all have my fine day. Ciao. Bye.